Time now for some college football live Q&A. To get this going, guys, use hashtag CFB. That makes it a lot easier for producer Alicia behind the scenes to find them. So use hashtag CFB, and we'll get all your questions in here. So first up from Tony Holder 11, who is a Miami Hurricanes fan. Does NKosi Perry enter the transfer portal now that Jaron Williams has been named the starter?
Well, I actually kind of find it interesting that Tathan Martell is now going to be a slot receiver. Is that what's happening now?
Look, I just want to live in the multiverse and the reality where Tathan Martell transfers to Miami of Ohio and then loses the starting quarterback job to Blaine Gabbert's little brother. That's what I want.
But you got to think about it. So, Tom, this is his third year in the program. He obviously probably didn't expect to lose the job to a guy a year younger than him, a redshirt freshman. He probably expected to lose to his technical classmate, but transfer Tate Martell. Yeah. And you might see him transfer. But I just want to kind of make sure I remember his recruiting history. Top 200 prospects, so his
good recruit. He
high school coaches.
He played last year.
He did, but if he played good enough, he would have had the starting job. But
exactly.
He probably is going to leave. I don't know, Tom. I don't really. If you look at college football this year, the entire college football landscape is just littered with Clemson, Georgia, and Alabama transfer quarterbacks. They're basically starting at all the other top 10 programs around the country, or Ohio State. Think of LSU. Their quarterback is an Ohio State transfer. Ohio State's quarterback is a Georgia transfer. It is the wild, wild west when it comes to quarterback transfers. Nothing's going to surprise me at this point, but I'm just going to vote yes, although I don't have any insight into the situation.
All right, Andrew Purdue, is this the year that Virginia finally beats Virginia Tech? It has not been done since 2003. That's how long ago. Virginia has beat the Hokies one time since Y2K. That's how long it's been.
I've been to a handful of Virginia Cavalier games, Tom.
I've been a handful of Tech games.
Sorry, Andrew, for saying this.
He's a Tech fan.
Okay, really weak atmosphere there in Charlottesville to watch a game. So I will say no, just based on I don't think their team brings it. But last year's score, they were close, Tom.
Overtime.
In Blacksburg, 34-31 they lost, but this one's in Charlottesville, so you never know. But I'm going to go for no.
They've been close before. 3 points last year, 10 points in 2017, 3 and 4 in 2015, 14, 3 in 2012. They've been close. This is their best chance they've had in a while, I think. Yep. I think that it's tough for me to fully believe in Virginia to win the ACC division until they beat Tech, but this might be their season. Bryce Perkins is a good quarterback.
Is Bronco Mendenhall also the
Yes,
coach?
he is.
Okay, I'm like, did I miss something? But yeah, so he had put some good things together at BYU for quite a while. So it's going to take a long time to turn out a Virginia program that was really down in the dumps for a decade plus. So I'm going to go with no there, Andrew Purdue. But how about this question, Tom? I think a very valid one from Mike Rogers coming in on Facebook. What is the reasoning Penn State would be above number 20? I have no idea, actually, because they played Ohio State good for 3 straight years and beat them one of those years and kind of fell apart the other two. But I don't think they should be a top 20 team, Tom. I think it's a 7-5 team.
Yeah, I think it's because they've gone 11-11-9 the past 3 years. And I think we can see the way the points are stacked in terms of the AP poll. There's a drop-off around that point. And I think it's like, well, I don't know who to put here.
Penn State. Yeah, they've been up at the top there. They're going to be good. They've got them. But the only upside Penn State has, in my opinion, is if somehow they can rekindle that 2016 magic when they had kind of an unknown Saquon Barkley, an unknown, the quarterback who's escaping my head, but they basically had a tight end, quarterback.
Trace McSorley.
Trace McSorley, yeah. I'm like, Trace McSorley, tight end, quarterback, wide receiver, all guys that were kind of getting there, either first year starting or kind of, were young players that got some experience in 2015. And after 3 or 4 games under Joe Moorhead in 2016, they just exploded from kind of October on and just took college football by storm. So that is what we're banking on with Penn State. If that doesn't happen, though, this is a 7-5 team.
All right, Raptor wants to know the best team that didn't get in the top 25 and didn't get any votes. He throws out Houston or San Diego State.
I didn't see all the others receiving votes. I don't have that right in front of me right now, Tom, but I would say, okay, so I'm going to look over.
I'll pull it up for him.
I'm going to look over at Tom's thing right now. Did Northwestern get any votes?
Yes, they did.
They did get votes. Gosh, I mean, I think Houston's got the best opportunity to prove they weren't. They can pop into the top 20 against Oklahoma. De'Ara King, quite the player. And no matter what you think about him, they've got a new head coach. I'm just losing my mind with names.
Holgorsen.
Yes, Dana Holgorsen at West Virginia. Had some good experience. Things started to teeter off there. I don't think he was a very well-liked guy down the stretch amongst their boosters, alumni. I think he wanted more support, more money than he got. But Tillman Fertitta, the owner of the Rockets, is a big-time Houston booster. He put the money out there. He pushed out Houston's coach to bring in Dan Holgerson, and I think they've got a chance to prove that they were the team that deserves the top 25.
My vote here, I'll go just down the road from us here in Texas, James. How about North Texas with Mason Fine at quarterback?
How about him?
Low-key, under the radar, very good player.
Yeah, okay.
Houston, though, is a very good choice as well.
I'm rolling my eyes here to that one.
We'll see. All right, John Sherman says, Tom, I'm glad your wife didn't kill you for my red hair, but why do you think UT isn't on the rankings? I assume you mean Tennessee, because Texas is, because they've won 9 games the past 2 years.
Yes.
They may be an SEC school, but Vanderbilt has a better case to be ranked in Tennessee.
I mean,
which is weird to say out loud, but it's correct, and that actually kind of terrifies me.
5-7 under first-year coach Jimmy Pruitt last year. Only notable win, Tom. I guess they had 2 notable wins. They did beat Auburn. They did beat Kentucky last year, but other wins coming against UTEP, coming against East Tennessee State, and Charlotte.
So they got routed by Missouri.
Routed by Vandy. I think that's why they're not in the top 25. Didn't make a bowl game. Went 5-7. Although we have seen a lot of year 2 bumps from Nick Saban assistants, so we'll see what happens there. But I think Tennessee, Tom, is a long, drawn-out process to get back as a top 20 program, just because how down they've been for the last 15 years.
Yeah. All right, guys. Do you want more college football coverage? If so, make sure you are subscribed to us here on YouTube. The link is there, bottom of your screen. But if you're watching on YouTube, just hit that big red button.
Hit that big red button, subscribe. We will be all over college football this season. Heisman rankings, top 25 every Sunday. Stick with Chat Sports on YouTube, youtube.com/chatsportstv. Got a question coming in from Parker. What are the chances Jalen Hurts wins the Heisman? Hashtag CFB. Tom, well, we got to know the odds, right?
We have the odds, so we'll get that up here for you guys in just a second.
Very high odds, unfortunately.
I actually disagree with the odds here. I don't think that Hurts should be as high as he's actually listed out here. He has plus 650 odds from our friends over at MyBookie to win the Heisman Trophy this year, ahead of guys like Jonathan Taylor. I disagree. Look, it's even just from like a national, just general mindset of odds themselves. The odds of a team winning 3 straight Heisman trophies with 3 different quarterbacks, there's just no way, right?
All transfers too.
There's
and
no way.
Tom, I don't know if you saw it, Beetlejuice got a hold of Jalen Hurts, shrunk his head, as you see there on the screen. A little graphical joke there. But Tom, you can put money if you want to win $650. Put $100 down on Jalen Hurts with MyBookie, and you have an extra $100 sitting there in your bank account just in case you don't win it, and you want to put some money on some games throughout the year. Of course, college football betting is awesome. Betting on the NFL is too. MyBookie is the place to do it. Chatsports.com/CFB. Use that promo code CFB2019. 100% deposit bonus. MyBookie, Chat Sports, hooking you up. Start putting some cash money. Follow Tom and I on Twitter. We put our bets out there. You're going to win. Do it with MyBookie. Chatsports.com/CFB. Tom, what do we got? Question coming in from John Sherman. Does Texas get into the playoffs this year?
You said yes.
I said yes.
I took cop-out answer. I will not be surprised. I need to see Tom Herman, though, not lose the random game he loses each year to a team well below his talent level.
They've got 2 matchups against top 6 teams in LSU and Oklahoma. If you go 1-1 in those games, Tom, and you don't lose to an Iowa State like I think we predicted, then you're in the playoff, in my opinion, 11-1 Big 12 champs. But I don't like what the Big 12's doing. I think in principle it made some sense because they got jobbed out in 2014 with TCU and Baylor getting left out of the playoff and Ohio State jumping in them, of doing the everybody plays everybody and the top 2 play a game, because you got to go 2-0 against the second best team to make the playoffs. And I actually think that is, last year Texas had to play Oklahoma again. They lost, right? So Texas and Oklahoma could end up playing multiple times a year, almost every single season, with how good those programs are, how young their coaches are, and have got those things rolling. And so imagine if your favorite team, Tom, well, you said Texas is your team, but imagine, let's see, for me, Michigan beats Ohio State, and they got to play Ohio State again, and the Ohio State wins. Oh, the Ohio State gets in the game. So I don't like how they do it where you're forcing the top 2 teams to have to play twice every single year. I think the other conferences do that. They might have played in the regular season, but most likely they didn't. So we'll see what happens. But I've got Texas as my playoff team this year, 11-1. I don't know, or maybe I guess 12-1 with their Big 12 championship win. I'm not sure which game they'll lose, although I do think they will beat LSU to start the year.
All right, guys, predict your 4 college football playoff teams. You went Bama, Clemson, Georgia, Texas, right?
That's correct, yep.
I went Bama, Clemson, Georgia, and I'll just throw Michigan in there. I don't have a great feel for that 4th team, I'll be frank. I would like it to be Texas.
Downey is a Harbaugh apologist. Breaking
I
news.
guess so.
Breaking news.
Look, if it's going to happen, it's got to be this year, or just, I don't.
For sure, yeah. I
don't know.
Next year I think Michigan takes a sizable step back with all the players they're losing. Shea Patterson moving on. Next question, why is Michigan ranked when losing the last 2 big games? Pathetic. Well,
that's Michigan Bubba, by the way.
To say why are they ranked is a little bit crazy, Tom. Like, why are they ranked? But
you can make an argument that they should be ranked lower.
Sure. They did lose 2 games to teams that are in this top 10, so it's not like they lost to Alabama, to Akron and Toledo or anything like that. But it's like this.
Or Purdue.
Who else are you going to put there? Jim Harbaugh has shown outside of the 1 year where he had 2 starting quarterbacks go down in the first half of the season that he's going to field a top 10 team pretty much every year at Michigan. He's probably going to lose to his rivals, and he'll go 10-2, 9-3, right? So that's
and then they'll finish around 7 or 8.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the MO. Harbaugh has got to get better in bowl games because he's finishing every year losing his last 2 games, Ohio State and the bowl game. But they got crushed those last 2 games. I think there's a lot of things behind the scenes that maybe led to that, but not prepared for Ohio State and not taking bowl games as seriously as I think a coach in Harbaugh's position that bad against rivals needs to.
All right, from Ravioli Sebertoli, top 3 defenses.
Ravioli Sebertoli, that's a
it's
cool,
a fun
pretty name. I like that name. Is that his real name? I think Ravioli's his first
Probably
name.
Not.
No.
But it's the internet. Who knows?
Gosh, I don't want to leave anybody out, Tom. I'm going to say Alabama because they've got like 6 first-rounders on their team. Gosh, maybe I want to say Michigan because they've proved under Don Brown, but they've lost too many players, and they're switching offenses to not hold the ball the entire game and give your defenses less time in the field. So I'm not going to say Michigan from that perspective, but I'm just going to say Alabama to start, and I got to kind of take a minute to think about it. I don't know if you've got yours.
I think Notre Dame has really good defense
Very
this
true.
year.
Very true.
I think Michigan makes some sense. There are some good Pac-12 teams out there that had really good defenses. Teams like Cal, Utah, Washington all put together very impressive units last year.
What about LSU?
That was the next one I was going to make.
The best safety in the country.
Grant Delpit's a stud.
A top 3 player in America. I think LSU's got to be up there with Alabama for me.
Chasen, Fulton. They could have 3 first-round picks on defense
for sure. So Alabama, LSU, maybe a Michigan, Notre Dame. Some say it's going to play out though, but we'll see. Top 3 is uncertain, but I think Alabama, LSU are my top 2. Just kind of thinking about it quickly.
All right, Tim Major, does Oklahoma take a step back on offense, or does the defense rise up?
I think they take a big step back on offense for sure. I don't think they've got the arm strength or passing ability to have the offense they've had basically the past 4 years. Baker Mayfield 3 years, and then Kyler Murray last year. But they've got an unbelievable group of wide receivers for Jalen Hurts to throw to. If he doesn't get it done through the air, would it be crazy to think that Lincoln Riley could just kind of cut bait with him at some point because he's not running the offense they want? Go to the true freshman Spencer
Rattler is very highly touted. So.
Oklahoma is stacked for the future. Obviously, Clemson has Trevor Lawrence the next 2 seasons, then they've got the best kid in the 2020 class, so Cyprian Trevor. Oklahoma has the #1 recruit in this 2019, this year's freshman, and then in the 2021 class, they've got the #1 recruit again. So Oklahoma and Clemson stockpiling
and if
quarterback
you were a
talent.
quarterback, wouldn't you want to go there?
You would go to those 2 schools or Alabama, no question
They're
about it.
churning
Or Ohio
out
State,
first-round
potentially.
picks.
I think Ohio State's the other one.
All right, Levi, next up here. Can Stanford win their Pac-12 division?
I believe so. I don't think there's any reason why we say they couldn't win it, Tom. They've got to, of course, beat Oregon this year. See if that one's at home or away. I don't have that off the top of my head. But I think KJ Costello is an underrated quarterback. He looked good last year.
He's shown flashes.
Especially when it came to putting the ball in his hands, throwing the ball a little more. They underperformed last year. Bryce Love didn't turn out to be the Heisman Trophy favorite that we thought he was going to be. He struggled. He had injuries, just different things. But we'll see what they turn into this year. But I think absolutely, can they win it? Sure. I think it's not certain. It's maybe
Stanford's home this year, by the way, early on in the season. Of course, they also have to play Washington as well because they're both in the North.
Pac-12 North, tough division, but Stanford can win it.
All right, Trevor here. Does Utah keep the winning streak going against BYU? That's my expectation.
Yes. I don't think BYU will challenge them this year, but things are always fluid in college football, surprising. But if I was going to guess, I don't know what week that game is, but if I was going to guess the point spread, Utah's going to be a double-digit favorite in that
I
game.
might be able to find it.
Yeah, double-digit favorite in that game.
Might be out.
And so we'll see what happens there. But I think, yes, there'll be a double-digit favorite betting, and it's always tough to bet against double-digit favorites. So we'll see what that is. We got an odds for that one?
I'm checking here from our friends over at MyBookie. Ooh, it's a 5-point spread for Utah.
Ooh, we'll see how deep in the season is that one?
That's week 1.
Oh, it is week 1.
Week
Okay,
one.
got it.
Yep.
So 5-point spread, interesting, nevertheless. But that is the answer to that one. Tom, the people need to be subscribing to Chat Sports, watching on YouTube. Go ahead and click the button, the red button. Make it gray so you subscribe. Get that check mark next to it that you're subscribed. If you're watching on Facebook, join us on YouTube as well, because we put out content that's not always live here on Facebook. We'll be putting out our Heisman Trophy power rankings, all kinds of videos throughout the week that don't necessarily go on the Facebook Live channel. So go ahead, head over to YouTube to subscribe. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV is the link to do it. And that is the question. Go ahead and subscribe. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV.